Welcome to another edition of the pregame show. I'm your host, Keaton Daniels. To my far right, we have Katie Baker, the man of the hour, Coach King. And then to my left, we have Frank Size. How's everybody doing today?
Doing great.
Good. Frank doing all right. Got the producing.
I'm doing good.
Good. Coach King, thank you for joining us as always. This is not only just a homecoming game. It's a homecoming for you and Coach Ball. We got a former coach that has spent 10 years, that you guys probably been knowing each other 30-plus years. How is it playing against your former friend?
Well, a lot of respect, and a lot of admiration for what he's done at Ruston and the success he's had, particularly the last 2 years, being a state runner-up and state champion, and I knew it was going to happen for Jared. He's such a quality coach. But, our relationship goes back to 1996. Mm-hmm. When I got hired by Coach Collins at West Washington High School, Jared was a senior. And I needed a quarterback coach for spring practice, and he coached our quarterbacks. And graduated in 3 years, and 3 years later we hired him at Washington High School. And, of course, he came with us to Longview in 2000, coached here for 10 years. 6 as offensive coordinator, and left and went to Gladewater. But, great friend. He's been around for the birth of both my kids. They called him Uncle Jerry. It's a great family guy, and just close ties to our family and the Lobo family. But there's not only him. There's Todd Garvin, his quarterback coach. I coached him at Washita. Mm-hmm. David Taylor's D-line coach. I coached him at Washita too. So there's quite a few of those old familiar faces we see tonight.
Absolutely. How good is it when you see them get to the pinnacle, the state championship game? Not get there, not win it, but the next year get back and win it. Yeah. How does it? What type of excitement does it bring you to be able to see your friends, your colleagues, be able to get to the top like that?
Well, it's tough to do, and he was 14-0 last year, and he's been close so many times. But you're just so proud for him to be able to do it. And of course, the other guys on staff that did it with him, that you were friends with, and so. But to see him do it, very special. I mean, not as good as us doing it.
For sure.
Glad to see him have that success and get him a state championship, because he's worked his tail off. There's not a better guy that's in the business for kids than him, and that's been the case since I've coached with him, and it's still the case today. He does a great job of taking care of kids and doing what's right.
Now let's talk about football a little bit. They kind of come in with the same type of philosophy as us, same type of schemes as us. How has practice been this week as far as game planning? Because you're basically seeing a carbon copy just about almost.
Well, in some ways, like spring ball. I mean, they're going to do a lot of similar things that we do, and they also have their tweaks to it, offensively and defensively, but they're very well coached, understanding what they're doing. They're physical. They're not going to make mistakes. And on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, they've got some outstanding players, and they're never out-leveraged, never out-flanked. They're good up front and tremendous speed in the secondary. So it's pretty much a mirror image of each other.
Absolutely. There's a reason why they're on the 16-game winning streak right now.
Yeah. Well, when Jared was here, it's things we believed in that we did, that he was a major contributor in that belief, and he carried that on with him at his other stops. So, it's kind of what we believed in. There was like-minded thinking on our staff, and he has it on his just like we do ours.
I told him something before while we was talking earlier, and I'm gonna kind of date you a little bit. My class is the first class, the incoming freshman, when you guys first started.
Yep.
See us celebrating our 20-year reunion right now. How does it make you feel, Coach?
Old. And thankful to still be here.
Absolutely.
But you guys got thrown in the fire.
We did.
Y'all had the first off season, the true off season we had. It was after your freshman year. And we had one thing on our mind, and that was get this program back to where it needed to be. And it was tough. It was very tough. And you guys didn't spit the bed out, so to speak. And one of the major reasons why Lobo football is what it is today. Give a lot of credit to the early teams.
Absolutely. So it's truly a reason.
You can't see this, but I've got a picture of this young man on this field 20 years ago today. Peter? Right there, with his mom out there at homecoming. We snuck in here for him, folks. That's Keaton Daniels right there, the great Keaton Daniels.
Yeah, man. To see that picture come back 20 years later, man, it feels it's such a surreal moment, because I still remember exactly where I was standing at. meeting Jarrell and Georgetta, crowning her as the football sister. And that was a heck of a moment there. But it's a reason too, Coach, why the motto here, only the strong survive. Mm-hmm. And because, man, you guys put it on us, y'all, you made men out of us. And I told Coach Ball this, it's truly the reason why this program is the way it is, because of, you know, the success that y'all, the groundwork, the foundation that you guys laid. It truly means something for these kids coming in, because they see the success and they know the work that's going to have to be that is going to take for them to be able to be successful too.
Yeah, we're extremely lucky that our kids embrace that mindset, and the parents let you coach them. Absolutely. I mean, that's the way of life in Lobo football, you know, and only the strong survive, no days off, all those things we talk about, and it's truly a mindset and it's a culture, you know, but you know, the coaches have laid out the plan, the kids execute the plan, the parents, you know, are supportive of the plan, so that's big for us. But one thing about Keaton's, you know, homecoming pictures, the last homecoming we had a grass field too.
That's true, that is true. I was telling Frank, he was asking how the grass felt. I said it was thick. Yep. It was thick. You can see a little hill going from the other side, from one side to the other.
That's a perfect segue into a quick little announcement. Attention Lobo fans, we're excited to introduce new healthy options at tonight's game. Stop by the concession stand near the softball field for cauliflower crust pizza, reduced butter popcorn, and fresh veggie sticks. Keaton, how's that sound?
It sounds good.
Coach, I have a quick question for you. They're out of state. How do you go about finding all these teams that are out of state to come and play the Lobos?
Well, Jared called me because he was looking. He was having a hard time getting games, and we thought we may have a week 4, which those weeks are hard to find opponents, okay? And he said, I could have this date open. I said, well, keep me in mind, and if we get in the 17 district, I'll play you. And we got in the 17 district, so I had that 4th game, you know, that is so hard to find. And he's had to find our game this week. Next week he goes to Arlington to play Midland Legacy. And the following week he's coming back to Lobo Stadium to play Stephenville. So he's playing 3 Texas teams in a row.
That's crazy.
Wow. And they're a long way away.
On the road.
Yeah.
So, you know, he has to travel to Baton Rouge, New Orleans, which is going to be 3.5, 4-hour drives anyway. Coming down I-20 to Longview, Texas, 2-hour drive. Plus, we were able to play our sub-varsity teams last night. So, it's a win-win for everybody. And they're a great team, great competition. And you know, it's just fortunate to be able to find a quality opponent like that for a week 4 game.
So we didn't get to chat this week. Let's talk a little bit about the showdown last Friday night here at Lobo Stadium. From an outsider's perspective, one of the better football games a lot of folks have ever seen. How would you rate your performance? That's right. How would you rate that performance by the Lobos?
Game missed opportunities. We had our chances to win the game. We did. A lot of things that factored into that. Some were mistakes on the field. Some are coaching mistakes. You know, a little bit of everything. You know, there's things I second guess I wish I hadn't done, and I wish I had done. You know, but still, cannot question the effort, cannot question the will to win our kids played with against a very good football team. And again, we had chances. I mean, you know, we find different ways to get more points. You know, and you score the ball, instead of kick a field goal there on the last drive or the first drive of the 4th quarter, then we may be talking a different outcome. You know, and so. You know, it's just a lot of things, but we've got to get off field in 3rd and 4th and long. You got to continue drives. So you got to convert when you're going for it on 4th down. You got to stop them when they're going for it. You know?
What did you learn about your young football team Friday night?
About what I thought, to be honest. You know, I was a little bit worried about how we would match up with the tremendous skill guys. It's the first time we've been tested. Because Lufkin didn't test us, Marshall didn't. It's just 2 different styles of football, and I knew they would. So, you know, we got better. We're better after last week in terms of, you know, learning from the mistakes we made. But, you know, we fought to the end, and we got kind of thin there for a while. I mean, we had some guys not in the game and had some other guys that had to go in and contribute and find out a lot about them too. So we'll be a little thin tonight. We're a little beat up after that game. But our kids, they fought to the end, and they gave themselves a chance to win. We've got to find a way to make that play.
Seems like the bye is kind of coming at a great time after this week. That's one thing that last Friday, you talked about after the game when we talked. It's like one thing that we did was play hard.
Yep.
And so seeing the effort, just missing out on the execution in certain aspects.
This game tonight, homecoming here. You know, we're worried about going 1-0 this week. You know, we got all the table tonight too. Now, let's not make any bones about it, But let's be better when we leave here tonight.
Absolutely, well, Coach. We would love to continue to keep you away from your team as long as we can, but we know you got a ball game to go get ready for. We wish you the best of luck. Go out there and get them.
Thank you, Katie.
Take care of business.
Thank you, Katie.
All right, we'll be back.
Frank.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Hickory down, giving them all that we got. Kicked on the door, tried to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving, I keep advancing. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Let's go. It's gonna be alright.
All right, guys, we back. This is the Hook 'em Horn segment.
That's right.
That's it.
I got my good friend with me, Mr. John Ray from Or Cadillac. How we doing today, sir?
Man, we're doing great.
Good,
It's
good.
fantastic.
Well, that's
fantastic. Blessed to be here.
That's good. That's good. Katie's back with us.
Yeah, hey, how you
Lindsay
guys
is with us
doing?
too as well. So
Yeah, got 3 Longhorns here with
we
you.
got 3. I'm an honorary too.
Mr. Ray told me that he was down in Austin just this morning. Got in the car at 12:30 and drove right to Longview to make it back
I
here.
honor your
That's
commitment.
right.
I honor your commitment.
Yes.
That's right.
Man, you're looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
This burnt orange is looking good.
yeah.
No wonder why it's hot over here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, let's talk about the Longhorns real quick.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
The guys are looking really, really good.
Yeah.
Not a quarter. We don't have a quarterback
I was going to stop
controversy.
you there.
But
No, we sure don't have any quarterback controversy
Right.
at all.
But doesn't it feel good just to have a backup quarterback
Oh.
that's capable of putting the team on his shoulders and being able to execute just like the starter did?
Well, this meeting I was in today, Sark spoke, and he said that he met Saturday night. Of course, Quinn was pretty upset, and he said he told him that all of his goals are still ahead of him. He wants to be in New York for the Heisman. He wants to win the conference championship, wants to win the national championship. He just and be one of the top 5 players, picked in the draft. And Shark told him, hey, all those goals are still ahead of you. You can get it done. And he's probably could have played Saturday, but why? Let's get that guy healthy and get him ready, because that SEC season will be long.
Absolutely. Week after week after
That's
week.
right.
I
And
think,
nothing wrong with
exactly
getting reps for the second team.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, that team up north, they finna see this week what the SEC is about, because they finna go through a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah.
I think their next 7 games, they're facing the top 6
yeah.
teams in the country.
Yeah, it's a new day, brother.
God bless you guys.
Yeah, it's a new day. It's a new day.
Yes. So let's talk about Or Cadillac
Sure,
real quick. How has business been?
That's my favorite subject, I'll be honest with you.
Well, go ahead. We're going to step out and let you talk about it.
So we are so blessed. Our business is in such an upward trajectory right now. We have inventory like we have not had in pre-COVID. I mean, and it's just amazing. Before, somebody would just have to take what we had because that's all you could get. Now, they have choices. There's lots of inventory, lots to choose from. And I'll tell you, we're blessed for about 2 or 3 things. Number one, because we're in Longview, Texas. That's the main blessing. The second blessing is the team we have at Or. We've just absolutely got the best team. You cannot imagine it. I don't have to go to work. I get to go to work.
Yes, sir.
And it's a big difference. Everybody says, well, what difference? That makes a big difference.
It's huge.
And it's because of the people that we have. They're up there. They're customer-centered. They're customer-focused. Everybody up there, all they care about is making sure that we give the best experience we possibly can. And that's our goal, and that's what we come to work for every day to do.
Everyone I've met that works at Or says the same thing about what a wonderful place it is to be every day.
Well, I'll be honest
And
with you.
they're sincere.
The word culture is so overused. I mean, it is so overused.
But it's important.
But I got to be honest with you, and I'll just have to give all the credit. Thomas Orr, his dad, Jake Poole, they've created a culture there that it makes you, it's a game changer. And I promise you, it's the only place I've ever worked, so I don't have a lot to compare with. But the people that I know that have come and joined our team, they tell me it's a world of difference from where they came from.
So there might be some young people who are watching us right now. So what qualities does a person need to have if they're looking at possibly going and working at or Cadillac?
Well, I got to tell you, the most important thing is you got to be self-motivated. I'll help you a little. I'll help you a lot, but it's got to start with you. That's the first thing. The second thing is you got to be so interested, and you got to be so intense and purposeful about customer service. If you got that, I can teach you the rest of it. I absolutely can. It's an amazing opportunity. You know, our business, our industry had a bad stigma for a long time. Not anymore.
Well, it sounds like with the inventory, with the way that you guys have right now, seems like you guys are going to be hiring soon because you're going to just be needing people to come get cars.
I'll be honest with you, brother. The main thing we got going on, there's steel going up north of town. Where that new facility's going up, and it's gonna be a whole new thing, and so we're gonna need lots of people, but you know, many come, few are chosen, because you gotta be the right person.
Absolutely,
I promise you.
Well, I passed by you guys' dealership yesterday, and I started to stop, but I was like, no, I'm not going to stop.
Man, I wish you had.
I'm not going to stop, because if I stop, I got a feeling somebody's going to try to sell me something.
Well, we absolutely will, but you can stop by any time.
Absolutely.
We'll hug it up. We'll hug it up, brother. I promise you.
I know me. I know I was kind of pressed for time, so I know me. I would have been there.
Yeah.
I would have been there, and an hour had passed away.
Exactly.
But I do respect y'all greatly because y'all really have honed in on taking care of people who are really enriched into the community and come and work for y'all and really just build in this community and make it stronger.
Well, you know, one thing, if you don't give back, if all you do is take and you don't give back, then you're going to wind up with nothing.
Absolutely.
And so that's one thing we're going to do. We're always going to give back to the community. We're going to invest in the community because we're going to be here. We're going to be here for the long haul.
Absolutely.
You know, this isn't a short game deal. It's a long game deal with us.
Absolutely. Well, I hate to kind of switch gears. I owe you girls an apology. I picked Kilgore last week. And Gilmer won.
And
Oh, my
what
God.
did we tell you?
You told
What
me,
did
and I
we
was
tell you?
hard-headed. But you know what? The best way to make a believer out of me is to show me one time. So next time, I'm all on you guys' sides. High school area games. You got some exciting ones tonight?
We got some good ones on the docket here. You got Carthage at Chapel Hill tonight. Carthage is 1-1. They beat Liberty Ilo last week. And Chapel Hill is 3-0. Beat White House 21-19. So really closer than I thought it would be.
Wow.
That is much closer than I thought it would be.
But of course, when you're playing Chapel Hill, it's all about stopping the run game. Or that's what my opinion about that is.
They are a great-looking football team. I mean, they have big kids over there at Chapel Hill. A lot of Division I players there. So I expect the game to kind of be like they did against White House. It's going to be a close one. It's going Carthage is not going to walk in to them and scare them. That's somebody that they've been seeing on their radar for the longest. So they're ready to play them as well. Quarterback, receiver, I know offensive lineman. They have some guys that's going to some big-time Division I
Katie and
programs.
I know a coach that's over there. They're going to have them prepared at any point at Chapel Hill. So I think it's going to be a great game.
Sure.
I'm going to take Chapel Hill in this game.
Well, I got to go Carthage. I gotta go
Too much
Carthage.
success.
Yeah. I'm like you. I'm going Carthage. KJ Edwards, Agent Zero, the running back.
That's it.
I'm a big fan of him because I played football with his dad.
Oh my gosh!
Jamud. So
Now you're aging. Now you're aging
that's
yourself,
okay.
brother.
That's okay. I'm aging well, so I got Carthage tonight.
Now, don't you have some people coming into this homecoming game? Isn't it your 20?
Yeah, so shout out to the class
Okay.
of 04.
Okay.
We are celebrating our class reunion tonight. I can't wait to see you guys and have fun with you guys. I hate that I'm going to miss seeing y'all doing the game, but tonight after the game, this weekend, let's turn up and have a good time.
I just had to throw it out there.
That was a good setup. I appreciate that.
Yeah, next game we got Pleasant Grove versus Kilgore. What do you think is going to happen in that one?
Okay, so there's a lot of guys that I work with and a lot of girls that are from Kilgore. I cannot pick. Listen, last Saturday morning, you cannot imagine what the attitude was after that game.
I heard the game ended in quite the controversy, so it was a tight one.
On the other hand, our owner's a Pleasant Grove guy, so I'm going with Kilgore. I got to hang with my guys. Got to hang with my guys.
They got a guy that earned another star, 5th star in Jackson. But Kilgore, you playing in Kilgore, It's a battle of the dogs, man. So I got them winning tonight, too. I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. I see them definitely learning from their mistakes last week.
And it's a home game for them.
Big time.
So that could be something to their advantage.
I'm going with Kilgore as well in this game.
I think so, too. Kilgore's just got to stop the run game. I looked in the paper this morning to see, okay, how's Pleasant Grove doing? Because I haven't been able to keep up with them as well as normally. And it was just rushing.
Man.
So if they can stop the run game, with the slot T is tough. But if they can stop the run game, I think they have a good chance.
All right, and the next one before we talk about the Lobos.
Okay, we got Hallsville versus Pine Tree, and I think we're highlighting this game just because Pine Tree is 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They had a big game last week. They beat Dallas Carter. So I think the Pirates are going to be 4-0.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous.
That's it.
That win against that win for one against Gilmore was impressive. It caught a lot of people's attention when they beat Carter. I was like, okay, you guys
they're
got
for real.
something right now.
They're for real.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember the last time Pine Tree started the year 4-0?
I'm gonna say
Ever?
If I
tried
had
to
to go with
search.
a year, I'm gonna say the year when Courtney Hill, Jalen's dad, was there.
Wow.
They had a really good team. Chris Johnson was the NFL player. They had a really good team.
Yeah.
Dedrick Taylor. They had a lot of athletes on that team.
Sure.
A lot of speed. I think they went to state as well in track. So.
Yeah.
That
It's
could
been
be
a
good
while.
call.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah. Sorry you got to deal with the band.
That's okay.
It is, but let's talk about the primetime games tonight. Longview Lobos versus a team that coming in on a 16-game winning streak. Defending state champion, Ruston Bearcats. How do you guys like tonight?
Winning streak's over. Winning streak's over.
It definitely stops here. Longview is a place that you come not to continue your winning streak. It's a place where you come and get it ended.
That's right. That's right.
I think last week taught us a few things about our team. I was truly excited to see our offense move up and down the field like they did.
Yeah.
Maverick, man, he was finding open receivers left and right. Boosie, the only thing that I hated that he was fumbling. But when the next time he touched the ball, he was taking it 88 out the gate. He was taking it to the house. So truly excited to see that. I think our offense is going to continue to keep going up and up. Defense, just make some tackles. Play with physicality. I guarantee you Coach Barry probably had them on the sled this week. So I expect to see those. I expect to see us clean up on those things, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that
you're
before.
good.
No, I'm gonna let y'all go.
No more track meets.
No more
track meets. That was all that was last week.
Yeah.
We just ran out of time. Is all that happened with us.
So
I was about to say the clock more than anything.
I'm going with the Lobos all the way.
That's what
I'm going with the Lobos.
That's what I took away from last week.
I'm definitely Lobos too. A lot of people don't know this, but the head coach at Ruston is Coach Ball, Coach Jared Ball. He's been here. He was here 10 years. This offense or their team is going to look almost just like ours.
It's a mirror.
It's almost a mirror. He took a lot of the concepts, and I'm not saying that he is a copy thing. It's a respect thing.
Oh, yeah.
He truly knows to be able to win football games. It starts with the running game. So it's going to be a fast game tonight. He has a quarterback that can run. Depends on if he plays. He has a very physical team, so we have to buckle up our chin straps, starts in the trenches, and we have to be able to play our game, establish our dominance up front, and then they're not going to quit because they're state champions. No. These kids right here probably only lost 2 or 3 games their whole high school career. Wow. They went to the state championship.
They're not going to come in scared.
No. They lost in the state championship game 2 years ago and came back and won it this past season. And they're still winning right now, but I still like our chances and like the way they were going.
Let me tell you, it had one thing that hasn't changed about football in 100 years. You got to run the football, and you got to stop them from running the football. If you can do those 2 things, you're going to win most of the time.
Absolutely.
And Longview's going to do that tonight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What, guys? This has been fun.
It's been great.
Oh, good to see you guys.
Welcome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys at Orr Cadillac for all you guys.
Appreciate you guys.
Man, we really appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you all.
Yes. Hey, this has been a pregame show. We got about 45 minutes before we come back live. Actually, we got about 30 minutes before we come back live.